I was wondering what was missing.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 3 4. I can hear myself. Sounds good enough. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the ACHA. We're experiencing some difficulties right now, waiting for the referees to enter the playing surface. So tonight's festivities will begin shortly. Thank you so much for your patience. This is the ACHA. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a production of the American Collegiate Hockey Association on Price Productions. My name is Dale Ganther here with you tonight, getting set for the start of play between the UCCS Mountain Lions and the Colorado State University Rams. Due to some logistical issues, we've had the game start time pushed back a couple of times. We have a couple of things that are kind of up in the air tonight that we don't know. We'll just have to kind of play it by ear. So you at home will be going along with us. We'll be kind of learning with you as the game progresses here tonight. Colorado State coming into this game, they dropped their most recent outing at the hands of the Air Force Academy. University of Colorado Springs, they come into this one at 3-1 on the season. Tonight's starting lineups going both ways. CSU going to be running with number 33, Grant Manley, in between the pipes. He'll be defended by Austin Donaldson and Caleb Anson out front. And then on the wings, left side, Daniel Skorupski. Right side, Braden Robinson, taking a break from playing in goal tonight. He'll be on the right wing wearing number 6. He'll be centered by Jacob Zier for the Rams. On the other side, it's Ashton Goebel getting the start for head coach Paul Enia. Thomas Thrutchley will be on defense next to him. Bryce Geddes on defense on the right side. Zach Goebel will be on the left wing. Ethan Knapp on the right side, centered by Parker Garrett. All right, beg your pardon. Parker Garrett's on the right wing. And Garrett is in the middle. Just about set for the start of play here tonight. 20 minutes up on the scoreboard. And we are just about set to go here this evening. Off we go. Play is started, and we are underway here at the Adora Pool Ice Center. Colorado State wearing the white jerseys, taking on the Mountain Lions wearing the black and gold, as this puck is played all the way around. Alm on the right side. Down the wing, this is Zach Goebel. All the way up, a wrist shot, pad to the side by Grant Manley in between the pipes. Out come the Rams the other way. Donaldson carries it up the middle, 3-on-3 to the outside for Skorupski. It came off of his blade. His backhand feed goes unanswered. Skorupski has it in the slot. Had it poked away there for a moment. Donaldson, with help from Chase Moses, will play it in deep. On the turn, that puck gets out of the zone for a moment. Moses will lob this back in. Tended to by Alm. CSU working back in the other way. Kellen Metzger gets wide. Will hatchet this one back to the point for Donaldson. He lets a wrister go off the blocker glove of Ashton Goebel. Centering pass comes on through. Back to Donaldson. Stepping in. Now hits the brakes. Plays it down the wall. In tight there. A wrister. Stopped by Donaldson. Rebound by Goebel, excuse me. The rebound was poked in. Initial shot off the stick of Kellen Metzger. Rebound batted in by Moses. And the Rams have a 1-0 lead here early on. Colorado State on the board early. Chase Moses doing the honors for the hometown CSU Rams. Back the other way, puck is turned up ice. Skated in by Ethan Knapp. Manley getting out of there to handle that puck with a goalie stick. All the way back to the point for Zach Goebel. He blasted that one wide. All the way around, kept in at the far blue line. Puck is wedged up in there against a couple of skates. Rams able to come away with it only for a moment. Poked back ahead, and now comes the counter for CSU. Salvatore getting the middle of the ice. Back check well by Alexander Fox. Up the wing, here comes Zach Goebel, 3-on-2. Going right through the middle of the CSU defense. He was poke checked by a couple of white jerseys. Rams opting to go for a line change. Charlie Board will play this indirect all the way down the length of the ice. Icing washed out. Around the horn it comes. Regathered by CSU's Quentin Labatt, number 34 in the white. Seeing Cole Aggers trying to burrow his way through to the front of the net. Labatt was there in good shape defensively. Back out to the point. Long wrister on the way, and a pad save by Manley. Retracing his steps through center is Bryce Geddes. Up the wing, there's Aggers. With speed, pressured well by Labatt. 2-on-2 around the boards. Rams come away with it. It's Donaldson up the wing, playing out to Anson. Caleb Anson flying down the side. Centering pass was stride two behind Chase Moses. Slot feed, wrist shot, stopped by Goebel. Aiden MacArthur getting a blade on that. Puck clicks back out to center. 16:22 to go in the first period. Rams already up 1-0. Chase Moses doing the honors, putting his team up by 1. Aerial pass, it's a little bit too far behind Metzger. I beg your pardon, that's Robinson. Braden Robinson, who played goal last weekend against the Air Force, now doing his part among the forward ranks here tonight. On the overlap, overskated by the Mountain Lions. A backhanded feed trickles to the front of the net. Rams can't stick a fork in it, and it was cleaned up and sent back to the boards. All the way around, centering pass, bang, bang, score! Charlie Board with a bang, bang feed in front of the net, and we are tied at 1. Just 4:21 into the first period. Quick transitions, quick centering play there. Not a chance for Grant Manley there and for CSU. Rams looking to respond. Puck is chipped back into the attack territory for the Mountain Lions. Skated there by Nicholas Figelstaller. A centering pass comes all the way through the front of the net. Turned aside, picked up by Labatt, and he will skate it out. Rams have a potential odd man break here. Labatt gaining the attacking zone, lets a wrist shot go. Erased by Zach Goebel. Labatt tees it up. Rink wide pass, nothing doing there for CSU. All the way around the flank. This comes back out. Skorupski will retrace his steps through center. Turns his back to the play to protect the puck. Stayed on side there despite being knocked down. As the Rams will complete a line change here as they're forced back to center. Jacob Zier had his pocket picked. Round the outside, here comes Abdul Ba. Centering pass deflected away. Played up the wing, but not out by the Rams. Off the turnover, Ba to the inside. Backdoor feed, well defended there in front. That was Caleb Anson getting a stick on that backside passing play. Goebel's pass clicks off a shin pad. Ba on the hand-to-head. Down the wing comes Alm, and a wrist shot gets through Manley and scores. Believe that was Jake Garanzo that got that shot away. And just like that, the Mountain Lions open up a 2-1 lead for the first time tonight. They have control. 14:05 to go in the first period. CSU with Kellen Metzger getting down the wing. A wrist shot off the glove of Austin Goebel. Goebel is 1-1 so far this year as he blockers a shot away off the stick of Metzger. Abdul Ba blazing a trail down the right wing, 1 against 3. Not getting around the defense of Donaldson. Mountain Lions, though, keep up the pressure, and Donaldson forced to use the middle of the ice to get out of the zone. I beg your pardon, this is Caleb Anson flying down the wing. Poke check to the front. It came unanswered. Skorupski from skate to stick lets it go. That didn't make it through to Goebel in front of the net. Puck comes out of the zone. Play continues. It was only a delayed offside. Mountain Lions will take it. In stride, a sharp angle bid shut down by Manley. Rams with Metzger will now break out of their own zone, looking to counterattack. Metzger dicing his way into the middle of the ice. That play is onside. Anson brings it rink wide for Salvatore. Off of his tape, he's unable to hold on to it. Spilling down to the ice was Aggers. Labbit gets a snapshot away, stopped by Goebel, and he kind of dislodged the net there as he kind of tried to push off the post. Bringing play to a halt with 12:36 to go. Check that. The in-house clock here says 12:49. I'm going off of what I can see. It's really tough to see that scoreboard up there through the safety netting and everything else. This is pretty dim color on that scoreboard there. Off the win of the draw, this is Garanzo. To the outside, hits the brakes. Keeps it along the woodwork. Nice little tap play to himself before he's greeted quickly by Figelstaller. He gets it right back. Tries to feed it rink wide for Foster. He couldn't keep it in. Garanzo spinning away, lost control of the biscuit. And the Rams outlet will click back to center. 12:10 to go in the opening period. It's already 2-1 for the University of Colorado Springs, as flying down the wing is Salvatore trying to cut to the middle through the slot. Held onto it too long, had the puck poked off of his stick. Back the other way, counter punching. 1-on-1, good defensive play. Made by Austin Donaldson. I beg your pardon. It is Donaldson. Salvatore fires and scores! Nathan Salvatore with a wicked wrist shot off the flank. And he beats Austin Goebel to the glove side. We're tied at 2. Nathan Salvatore, native of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, gets on the score sheet for the first time this season. So we're level at 2 apiece. A log jam at center, cleaned up by Aiden MacArthur. He didn't get it very far in deep. Puck gets played all the way around, gathered by Caleb Anson. He and Donaldson will work as a tandem out of their own zone. Puck gets deflected up, played down the length of the ice. Icing is washed out. As Alexander Fox unable to clear the zone. Rams recapture. Donaldson with MacArthur in tow. He'll play this in and go after it. Puck comes to the point, held in by Donaldson. A long wrist shot flagged down by Goebel for a whistle with 10:45 to go in the opening period. Early shots on goal advantage for the CSU Rams, 8-5, as you can see on the bottom right corner of your screen. CSU with Donaldson had it poke checked, and now here comes the counterattack. Ethan Knapp trying to spring in up on the breakaway, and he was broken up by the defensive tandem there of Donaldson and Figelstaller. On the outlet, this is Donaldson gaining the zone. Nice backdoor feed. Wrist shot on the way, just over top of the cage. That was from Jacob Zier. As the Rams will recircle, it's Nicholas Fiegelstaller into the corner. Playing it up the wall, intended for Braden Robinson. Short-circuited there by Parker Garrett. Fiegelstaller plays it into the middle, off the tape of Skorupski. Played back into the zone, delayed offside as the Mountain Lions tag up. As we've just crossed the midway point of this first period. Long stretch pass off the tape of Robinson. Recaptured by Colorado Springs. Right off the bench, this is Quentin Labott chipping it to himself. Big body skater works in and fires. Had that one squelched by Edward Foster. Foster plays it up the wing. Alm got tied up, and on the backhand, the Rams will play this in deep. Donaldson with a good pinch, steps in and fires. Pad save by Goebel. Rebound loose in the slot. Second opportunity is blocked. Rebound, great save by Goebel. Third try, they score. Too many opportunities in front of the net for the Rams. Ashton Goebel made a terrific second save in that flurry, but it's Chase Moses who potted that one in the top part of the net. But they're going to wave it out. Either Moses didn't get that up in the third opportunity, or Goebel made a fantastic save to keep this a 2-2 game. So play continues. It's still 2-2 here. Metzger with a feed up to the point. Out of the corner. Donaldson keeps it on his backhand. Stopping and starting before he absorbs a hit there. Moses spins a backhander off the skirt of the cage. Cleaned up by the Mountain Lions, but they're unable to play clear. Clearing pass off the stick of Alexander Fox, not going far. Second effort, the Mountain Lions will clear to a waiting Braden Iglesias. Metzger, 2-on-2, overlapping at the line with Moses. Metzger steps in and fires. Glove save by Goebel. Rebound for Labott. He fires a pad save again for Goebel. As it's played down the length of the ice, this will be on goal at Manly. Icing is washed out with under 8 to go in period number 1. Iglesias up the wing for Skorupski, who overskates it but retraces his steps and will revolve back into his own zone to relieve some of that pressure. With Iglesias backpedaling. Rink wide pass, spots Metzger. Kellen Metzger on the backhand leaves it for a turning Daniel Skorupski. Skorupski off the wall. He was hit, goes into the boards pretty awkwardly. There's a delayed penalty call coming against the Mountain Lions. Behind the net, whistle blows with 7:20 to go, and there's Daniel Skorupski, who was slow to get back to his feet at the end of that play. Colorado State set to go to their first power play of the night. Cole Agger is the one who's getting the gate for the minor penalty. Rams to their first power play of the game with 7:20 to go in period number 1. Both teams making sure we get the penalty put up on the scoreboard here. Play is set to begin. This long clear. The Mountain Lions bench was complaining for a high stick there on that clear. They may have had a case, but play continues. Caleb Anson on the power play, slithering in, a centering pass that goes through, back to Skorupski, who fires off the glove of Goebel. All right, check that. That was Jacob Zier who was playing up at the point, as the Mountain Lions will play clear. Colorado State a man to the good for another 80 seconds. Working in here shorthanded. This is Parker Garrett getting wide, trying to fidget free. On target for Garanzo. He will just play a little keep away now. Trying to rag some penalty killing time. Garanzo with a slap shot, he scores! A dart upstairs from Parker Garrett shorthanded. And it's 3-2 for the Mountain Lions. An absolute missile of a shot off the flank. 6:24 to go in the opening period here, and after giving up the game's first goal, the Mountain Lions have 3 of the last 4 strikes on the board and carry a 3-2 lead. Most recently, Parker Garrett striking while shorthanded to give the visitors the lead. This is the first of 2 games we have here this weekend between these 2 squads. As flying down the wing is Figelstaller. Gets to the interior. Great save by Goebel on the bang-bang play in front with Salvatore. Nathan Salvatore, who has one of CSU's 2 strikes here already in this first period. Sees Caleb Anson gain the zone and let one fly wide of the net on the blocker's side. And the Colorado Springs Mountain Lions will play clear again. We got about 10 seconds before the man in the box is released, getting us back to 5-on-5. CSU not getting their signal straight there as they try to gain the zone. And we are back to 5-on-5. Both teams now. CSU unsuccessful on the power play as Austin Donaldson carries the mail into the attacking territory. Along the boards, it's for Salvatore. Drop it back to Donaldson. Donaldson, neat move to get away from pressure behind the net. Salvatore couldn't field that pass cleanly, and it will be jammed down the length of the ice. This will go wide of Manley, but icing is washed out. Getting to the interior is Zachary Goebel. He let one go that was blocked. Centering pass comes on through. Geddes and down. Goebel will play it back inside of his own zone. With 4.5 to go in the first period. Salvatore picking up speed. A sharp angle bid that was deflected over top of the goal. Salvatore off the wall. Had it poked away by Zach Goebel. And this one played up and through. This will come down and be no icing. The puck actually died down before it got to the goal line, so icing waved off here. As this puck clicks through center, it is Iglesias picking up speed down the wing. Good back check, though, from the blind side by Cole Aggers. Turning it the other way. Played in and sticked aside by Grant Manley in between the pipes for the Rams this evening. As Iglesias steps up, little head fake move inside out, steps to the interior and lets it go wide. A bullet wrist shot there. As now come the Mountain Lions' potential odd man rush opportunity. Garanzo gets to the middle, still has the puck. Neat move into the slot, and he drifted one wide. Bang, bang chance in front. That one went wide of the cage too. Guarded by Grant Manley. Off the stick of Parker Garrett. Backhand saucer pass comes all the way through. Turned over by Iglesias in the defensive zone. He will skate it out. And now outlet to Kellen Metzger, 2-on-1. Couldn't handle that puck cleanly and tried to spin a backhander through to the front of the net, but by that time, the Mountain Lions' defensive posture had taken shape. Under 3 minutes to go. Snap pass off the stick of Iglesias goes wide into the corner. That's Noah Chandler getting his first handle on the puck. Or, I beg your pardon, that's Chase Moses. Around this comes a pass off the stick of Garanzo. He'll catch up to it. Manley will play it out of the zone. Trying to catch the Mountain Lions on a change. Skorupski maneuvers to the middle. Had his wrist shot blocked. His centering pass also rejected. Jacob Zier will take over. Carving right in the middle. Lets it go! And he sent it wide on the blocker side. Two-man game out of the corner with Garanzo. Uncontested out of his own zone. Looking for an outlet. We'll just drop this back to Alexander Fox. He will revolve through center with Charlie Board. Turn the puck over. There's Chandler getting into the action. Nicholas Fiegelstaller blazing a trail into the middle. He lets one go and into the glove of Ashton Goebel for another whistle. Just 97 seconds to go in the first period. Both teams getting fresh personnel over the boards. Offensive zone draw here. This is Braden Robinson in to take it. He wins it back. Zier lets it go. Punched out of the air by Goebel. Played into the middle of the ice. Austin Donaldson is next. He tables this down low for Chandler. Chandler tried to throw one to the front of the net on the backhand. That bouncing puck wouldn't cooperate. Activating from the point position is Anson. He coughed it up. Abdul Ba will skate this in. Potential 3-on-1. Ba closes and fires. Stopped by Manley. The rebound trickles to the corner. Anson trying to sort out matters inside of his own zone here. Under a minute to go in the opening period. Donaldson, long stretch pass, gets through Robinson and comes down. This will be icing against the Rams. Colorado State set for a defensive zone draw here. 51 seconds to go in the opening period. Austin Donaldson will use the net for some cover. Try to make a neat move, but he coughed it up. Anson is there to help. He'll play it indirect for Zier. Jacob Zier, surrounded by three defenders, doesn't get the puck out. Garanzo off the flank. Fires, patted aside by Manley. And the rebound cleaned up by the white jersey Rams. Donaldson tries the rink-wide feed, spots Anson getting up into the play, drops it back. Chandler with a wrister squelched. Rebound trickles to the front before it's guided away by Ashton Goebel, number 1 in the black and gold for the Colorado Springs Mountain Lions. Chandler turns, lets one go, deflected to the far corner, and Moses couldn't get a stick on that. Long slapper on the way, blocked in front at the end of the period. That will do it for 20 minutes here inside of the Eudora Pool Ice Center. The University of Colorado, Colorado Springs Mountain Lions come into Epic Ice Arena and take a 3-2 lead to the dressing room after 20 minutes. We'll get you back for more ACHA hockey here in a moment. This is Price Productions. Welcome back to the Division III American Collegiate Hockey Association on Price Productions. Dale Gaither here with you this evening. We're about set to just get right back into it here for the start of the second period. If you're joining us a little bit late, CSU got on the board first with Chase Moses. But after that, the University of Colorado Springs Mountain Lions had 3 of the next 4 on the board, including a shorthanded goal from Parker Garrett, which has the Mountain Lions in front by 1. Both teams getting set for the period of the long change here this evening. Thank you so much for staying up late with us. Hopefully got a candle by your bedside or whatever. Just something to keep the lights on upstairs, and metaphorically speaking, as we keep the lights on down here for you this evening, just crossing the bottom of the hour here in Fort Collins. And the second period is underway here, with Jake Garanzo playing it up the wing, turning it over, and Colorado State gaining the zone. Chase Moses to the outside before he's out-muscled by Parker Garrett. Along the wall, Charlie Board not getting it out. Donaldson with a cutback move to the interior. Donaldson lost the puck there as he was trying to set up shop in the offensive zone. Gets it back, though. A little forehanded wrist shot, poked aside. Played ahead, and here comes Parker Garrett with some speed, and he was quickly surrounded by white jerseys. Now an opportunity the other way for Moses. Backpedaling into the zone. Feeds one to the front, and it clicks on through, intended for Kellen Metzger, who was driving to the front of the cage. Metzger on the curl, lost the puck. Donaldson with a long point shot, eaten up by Ashton Goebel. He gets his first save of the second period. Just over a minute gone by here in period number 2. Keeping things loosened up here in the broadcast booth as things tend to start to freak out and freeze up this late in the day. Rams off the draw. Iglesias on the wrist shot. Blocked in front. Turning and spinning a shot on goal was MacArthur. Rebound loose on the backside. Played clear but not out. Iglesias down the flank. Lost it there. Colin MacArthur doing the job on the forecheck. He was relieved of the puck, and now the Mountain Lions come out of there. Potential odd man break. With speed, it's Zach Goebel. Toe drag to the front. Well defended there by Iglesias, making the play defensively. Now he turns the puck over. Here comes the Rams the other way. Iglesias up the middle, between his own legs, and what a stop by Goebel! As Iglesias crashes into the end boards. Fire wagon action here at the Adora Pool Ice Center early in the second period, the period of the long change, catching both teams in odd man scenarios, but both teams defensively not breaking here, so the score stays 3-2. Face-off control earned by Fox and the Mountain Lions. Played out to center where Braden Iglesias putting on a stick handling exhibition here in this one. Gets to the front of the net, had it poke check. Salvatore with a rip. He goes over top of the cage. Defensively back in his own zone there is Quentin Lavitt laying the body out there. Here comes Salvatore, blazing a trail in on his backhand. He was held up there a moment ago. Salvatore spins one toward the front of the net. That was blocked. Now 2-on-2, back come the Mountain Lions. Turning and spinning with it is Garanzo. Getting free from pressure at the point. Turns the cage, throws one off the side of the net. Captured, now entering the cycle. Turned up ice, it was off of Agger's stick, past Zach Goebel and down. Gathered by Alexander Fox. Plays it on through, Rams yet to tag up. Mountain Lions play clear, only as far as Braden Robinson. Braden Robinson to the outside, turned aside. The door to the locker rooms came open there for a second. Play continues here. And now here comes a 3-on-1 for the Mountain Lions. Garrett closes, lets one go. Swallowed up. Good save by Grant Manley. His first stop of the period, a tester on a 3-on-1. As we briefly touched on earlier, these two teams will be right back here in less than 24 hours' time. A Saturday night tilt between these two squads will be the last time either of these two teams suit up before the holiday break and the turn of the new year. As Skorupski stops and starts into the attacking territory. Drops it back to Zier. Zier into the middle, off the crossbar. Great stick handling by Jacob Zier. He got free in between the circles. And I don't know if Ashton Goebel got a piece of that or not, but I certainly saw it hit the top of the crossbar and go out of play. 3:47 in to the middle stanza. Both teams getting set for this one. Face-off one back to Austin Donaldson. A weak wrister blocked down in front. Zier trying to corral the rebound. Gives it back to Caleb Anson up top. Zier gets it back. Now Carr's into the middle. Activating Donaldson from the point. He couldn't field that pass cleanly. He absorbs the hit coming from Aggards. Centering pass on for Skorupski. He couldn't field that cleanly as he drove to the front of the goal. Garanzo also couldn't play it clear for the Mountain Lions. Zier steps in, lost a handle. Anson able to keep that in on the backhand side. Keeping Colorado Springs hemmed in here a little bit as that puck gets deflected and chipped back out into neutral ice. Austin Donaldson will give some ground. Chips it ahead for Skorupski. He couldn't field it cleanly. Now it's Garanzo tiptoeing to the outside. He pulls up, stops and starts, gets below the goal line, guarded by Grant Manley. Turnover, centering pass, deflected wide. Deflected out of there. Skorupski not getting through Zach Goebel. As a couple of guys go tumbling into the sideboards here at the blue line for the Rams. Outlet pass, deflects in the middle, and a stop by Manley in tight after that clearing pass clicked off of a skate in front. And there were, if I'm not mistaken, 3 black jerseys all alone right in front of Grant Manley, and he came up with the save, keeping his team just trailing by 1 here instead of letting the deficit get further with 14:42 to go. Mountain Lions get control of this draw. Wrist shot stopped by Manley. Iglesias will play this clear off the official, much to the amusement of the home crowd. Quentin Lavitt, nice stick handling moves to get out of the corner. Chips it to the middle, fires a kick out save by Ashton Goebel. A nice stop there in front of the net by Quentin Lavitt. On the outlet, played in deep. Stopped by Manley. Rams not able to get it out on the first try. Another wrist shot blocked in front. CSU able to skate it out of there. This is Quentin Lavitt picking up speed, trying to protect the puck. He was short-circuited by Bryce Geddes. Turned back out to his opposite number 20 in Nicholas Figelstaller, pardon me. Lavitt keeping things tied up here in the neutral zone. Metzger not going far. Now here comes Garanzo, 1 against 2. Drags it to the middle, to the outside. Didn't get that shot away on the first chance. Tried the wrap, and it was turned aside by the Ram defense. Iglesias there with a hit. He takes the puck away. Rams skating back the other way. Alexander Fox in good shape defensively. He didn't get it out. Iglesias trying to jump cut to the middle. Metzger tried to chop a backhand to the slot area. Cleaned up by the black jersey Mountain Lions. Although Parker Garrett had a tough time getting out of his own zone. Iglesias on the backhand, he lifted one wide. Moses to the rebound. Moses gets topside, leaves it in his wake for Aiden MacArthur, activating from the blue line. Turn it back down low. Golfed at by the Mountain Lions, they'll get it clear. Parker Garrett, 2 against 3, 2 against 4. Centering pass answered by the Rams, trying to start a headman rush the other way is Caleb Anson. Full speed ahead, trying to chip it and play it to himself. Frozen there by Ashton Goebel for a whistle. With 12:11 to go in period number 2. Off the face-off, Donaldson with a wrist shot on through, a pad save for Goebel. Nathan Salvatore getting tied up in the corner. Played all the way around the lip of the boards and down. This ice surface hasn't been resurfaced by the Zamboni since before the first period, so that puck died down. Donaldson in the middle, lets it go. Squeezed by Goebel. Another shot on goal. Shots on goal heavily favoring the hometown Rams here now. Unofficially 26-11. Through 8 minutes plus into the second period. Colorado State in the attacking territory. Colin MacArthur not able to get that draw. Puck lobbed all the way to the opposite corner where it's fielded by Charlie Board. He'll work out of the zone with Aggers. Neat move to the middle. Fires one that was just trickling wide on the glove side before he barrels into the corner. Behind the net after it. Rams able to skate it clear. Forced back into their own zone where it's recaptured by Austin Donaldson. Nathan Salvatore has a goal tonight. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Garrett tiptoeing in at the blue line. Holds. Now we'll just use the end wall to get it down low. Aggers keeping it hot for Garanzo. Garanzo plays it back. Aggers once more. Garanzo trying to tiptoe into the middle of the ice. Gets there. Backdoor feed. Glove save by Manley. He robbed Parker Garrett in tight after a neat stick handling play by Jake Garanzo for arguably his best save of the game. And in the middle of this, Grant Manley's going to go take a seat. Looks like Christian Harnish there in between the pipes. As out come the Rams, 2-on-2. Daniel Skorupski getting wide. Hits the brakes, has reinforcements in Lavitt. He gunned one wide. Iglesias keeps it hot along the boards. Skorupski's back there to it. Lost it there to Fox. Rams keep it in for the moment, but have to vacate the zone now as Iglesias retraces his steps. On the wall, this comes off the skates of Braden Robinson. Turn topside and back down. Iglesias fanned on his outlet pass, but he got it right back. 3-on-3, Iglesias down the wing. To the outside, lost control of the puck. Recaptures, plays it out to Skorupski, pokes it, Salvatore into the middle, right into the heart of the defense. Backdoor pass, and it was unanswered. That was on the wrong side there for Skorupski. Turning back into his own zone is Fox. Abdul Ba gets to the middle, lost the puck. Turning now with it is Geddes. Bryce Geddes to the outside. Turned one to the middle, blocked aside by Iglesias. And Noah Chandler will skate out with it. Chandler stays on his feet before receiving a sturdy hip check along the back glass by Fox. Big hit there along the wall, rattling the fillings of number 17 in the white. That puck stayed in the zone. It's onside for CSU. Lavitt knifing to the middle, lost the puck, and that one will be played clear by Fox all the way down to Christian Harnish. Up the wall, off the stick of Chandler and down. That pass comes on through everybody. Harnish out there to play it away with the goalie stick, forcing the Mountain Lions to tag up. They do now get their lines sorted out, and Iglesias will hot foot it back through center. To the outside. Has that puck for a moment, plays it in deep, sending Robinson in after it, along with Zier. Zier on his backhand, saucers a pass in front, just out of the reach of Anson. Now here comes Garrett one-on-one, and a pass save, follow-up chance, another better save there by Harnish. Two of his first stops on the game on a bang-bang opportunity. Zier lost it on the curl, back the other way. Now here come the Mountain Lions again, 2-on-1. Turn back the other way. Anson trying to chop it ahead. Turnover, and now here comes Garrett all alone to his forehand. And a great save by Harnish as he stayed with him to the outside. He recovers in time to get to the crease and melts the rebound with 7:28 to go in period number 2. Action at both ends here. Christian Harnish came in about the 9:15 mark of the second period and is already experiencing a couple of quality opportunities here that he's had to deal with as Kellen Metzger looking to blaze a trail back the other way. Full speed, now hits the brakes, centers one on the backhand. Off the stick of Daniel Caruso, unable to field that. Zier with some help out of the corner. Back on top for Anson, lets it go. Patted aside by Goebel. Donaldson out of the corner to the middle of the net, fires and scores! Or no, I thought I saw the net move there, I beg your pardon. That was stopped by Goebel. He'll melt the rebound. So, sorry for getting your hopes up, Ram fans. Stays 3-2, under 7 minutes left in the middle frame. Right off the draw, wrist shot swallowed up there by Goebel. That time he got that one. I saw that one. So don't worry about me on that one. Producer Sean give me a pat on the back saying, good job. Can't win them all, right? Can't be perfect. Donaldson into the middle for Metzger. He had his wrist shot blocked by a couple of sticks. He gets a second opportunity. A backhander clicks out to the point. Wrister snapshot from Figelstaller gets blocked, and this triggers a jailbreak. Back the other way, well defended. Getting a poke check on that was Caleb Anson, thwarting the 3-on-1 opportunity the other way. Now Anson will start the breakout. A no-look pass from Metzger. He gains a zone, drops it back. Wrist shot on the way, sticked aside with the blocking glove of Goebel. Along the boards, played back out to the point. Figelstaller fanned on his pass on the rink wide feed. Now gets it over to Anson. Anson spins, turns the cage, and centers one, comes on through. Donaldson to the front, blocked away by Foster. Rams do keep it in. Anson fires, blocker save. Follow-up chance on the back door. Goebel lost his goalie stick. The Mountain Lions play clear, and this will be no icing against Colorado Springs. Puck gets touched ahead by Donaldson. Reclaiming it out of his own zone is Zach Goebel. He stumbled at the blue line. Went into the boards a little awkwardly there. Back up on his feet. Turning around is Aggers, Cole Aggers. 3 and now 4 in that scrum with 5:09 to go in period 2. Caleb Anson skates away with the puck, working with Donaldson out of his own zone. He'll play this indirect intended for MacArthur. But the Mountain Lions will recover. MacArthur trying to bully his way into the middle. Anson steps away with it. Now has a 3-on-2 rush if he hurries. Into the slot, Aiden MacArthur peels away on his backhand side. Keeping the play alive is Iglesias. He turns and lets it go off the blocker of Goebel again. The rebound pops up, and he catches that little bounce with 4:34 left here in the second period. If you're joining us late, it's 3-2 for Colorado Springs. All 5 goals came back in the first period. Nothing so far from either team here in the middle frame. CSU still outshooting the Mountain Lions, 33-15 unofficially. Lavitt with a wrist shot. That was blockered aside by Goebel. The long stretch pass on the money. Behind the D. Great defensive play by Iglesias. He got back in time on Garanzo before he could make that play. Indirect pass up in the air, fielded by Colin MacArthur before he was stacked up at the blue line. Colin will try it again. He's given a shove by Cole Aggers. Rink wide pass clicks in, turned over, and MacArthur's bait was blocked. Good defensive recovery by Colorado Springs, or else. Parker Garrett, 1 against 2, has reinforcements with him in Aggers. Centering pass, guided on through as Aggers had his stick tied up. Rams don't clear on the first try, but they will on the second, sending Salvatore in potentially on the breakaway. His wrist shot was deflected wide, didn't get on goal. He'll try it again out of the corner before running into 3 black-jerseyed Mountain Lions. Now out wide. Here it comes Garanzo again on the forehand stop. Rebound. Incredible stop. And the third try, they score. Christian Harnish made an incredible save on the second effort, but there were too many cooks in the kitchen right in front of him there. And it looks to be Alexander Fox who got the last poke in on that one. Making it 4-2 Mountain Lions with under 3.5 to go in the second period. Now CSU, their first 2-goal hole to dig themselves out of. Chandler lost that puck on the curl to the middle of the ice. Iglesias will try it again. Gets to the outside and fires a kick-out save for Goebel once more. Good enough for 33 stops unofficially so far is Ashton Goebel. Iglesias will calm this bouncing puck down, play it for Chandler. Chandler overskates. Baugh trying to keep it in deep, not getting very far. He's backed up by Geddes. Baugh again lost control of the puck. And the Rams will play clear out to Robinson. Puck is not gliding on the ice surface very well. As Baugh will skate it in, he's got a 2-on-0. Abdul Baugh closes and fires, he scores! Abdul Baugh with a wicked wrist shot off the far post and in. It's now 5-2 for the Mountain Lions. Colorado Springs piling it on here in the second period. They had a 3-2 lead after 20. Now they lead 5-2. despite being outshot by a nearly 2-1 margin by the hometown Rams. Face-off control by Colorado Springs. Rink-wide pass. Picked up on the run by Garrett. He's got a breakaway to his backhand. Shut down by Harnish. Back the other way comes Metzger. 1 against 2. Gets to the outside. Lets a wrister go that was blocked. Centering pass on the follow-up. Chance surrounded by the Mountain Lions. Back the other way. That was Cole Aggers who was tripped up at the blue line. Offsides. No penalty on the play there. Play continues. Here is Garanzo will capture this loose puck. Work in down the outside. Stopping, starting, fidgeting away from Anson who made the strip. And will play it out to center. Anson will try it again. Throws his pass ahead to Metzger. Tapped on for Fiegelstaller. Rams getting their signals crossed at the attacking line. And it's cleaned up by Parker Garrett. Garrett across. Long stretch pass. Short-circuited by Donaldson. He has to regain the line. He's onside as he brings it in. Wrist shot deflected. And it goes wide of Goebel on the short side. Aggers will work out of his own zone. He takes the hit to make the play out to center ice. Donaldson will recapture. Metzger will regain the attacking zone. Curls to the backhand and drifted one wide. Play to the point, but not out. Chase Moses steps to the far side, plays one for Anson. Anson throws one to the front of the net, turned aside. Good defensive posture there for Colorado Springs. And now Parker Garrett will make a nice move into the zone. Has a break and a blocker save by Christian Harnish. Slapped her on the way. That gets deflected down low. Backdoor feed. And it was just tapped wide by Aggers. And almost 2-on-0 from the kind of the top of the circle in as Metzger gets back to his feet. Kellen Metzger backhand pass, dribbles to the front of the net, turned aside, and that will take us to the end of the second period. So the Colorado Springs Mountain Lions adding to their lead in the second period. It's 5-2 in their favor, and that will take us to the conclusion of period number 2. We'll get you back for more Division III ACHA hockey here in a moment. You're watching Price Productions. Welcome back to Division III American Collegiate Hockey Association on Price Productions. Dale Ganthony here with you with the CSU Rams hosting the Colorado Springs Mountain Lions. The Mountain Lions have a 5-2 lead through 40 minutes of play. They led 3-2 after 20 minutes, but extended that lead to a 3-spot in the middle stanza. Colorado State out shooting the Mountain Lions by a 35-21 margin here so far tonight. So it's not for a lack of chances that CSU has not gotten on the board since that first period, but both teams getting set for the start of the third. Getting things in order here. Both teams playing on a fresh sheet of ice to begin this third period. As a reminder, these two teams will be back here tomorrow evening, 6:15 start time, here at the Edora Pool Ice Center in Fort Collins for the second of two meetings this weekend. And then both these two teams will pack it up for the calendar year of 2025 and call that good. Teams getting set to close out calendar 2025 here this evening. Ashton Goebel back in between the pipes for the Mountain Lions. Christian Harnish for CSU is in the crease to our right. He came on halfway through the game after Grant Manley sat in through the first 30 minutes or thereabout of play, and we are set to begin here in the third with Colorado State taking the puck. Braden Iglesias full speed ahead. A quick wrister steered to the corner by Ashton Goebel, who's now good for 34 saves and counting here tonight. Out along the flank, this is Parker Garrett, and he's forced back. Garrett will play this on his backhand. It goes over the short glass next to the Ram bench for a whistle just 30 seconds in. And it looks to me that they're actually running the clock here. So, in the third, play continues. We got Iglesias stopping and starting away from pressure out of his own zone. Stretch pass off the tape of Robinson. Play continues. Goebel will tee it up. Robinson goes in after it, almost forces a turnover. Hit out of the boards by Skorupski. Iglesias trying to tiptoe in, not getting very far. Out the other way is Jake Garanzo down the outside. Drops it back for Aggers. Garanzo gets it back. His pass deflects, and now might be a jailbreak for CSU. 2-on-1 potential here. Skorupski down the wing. Lets it fly. He fanned on the shot. Didn't get one on goal, despite having no contention up there. Jacob Zier spinning away from Aggers. Aggers doesn't get it out past Quentin Labatt. Labatt able to keep it in for the moment. Gloved by Fox. Played clear by Garanzo. Now he comes away. Potential 2-on-1 into space intended for Garrett. He catches up to it out of the corner before dodging a hit there from Labatt. CSU Rams now a 3-on-2 out of their own zone. Metzger closes into the middle, lets it fly. Erased by Zach Goebel. Zachary Goebel. The far wing, Agger is not able to get it clear. Turned back over to Austin Donaldson. No play it into space. There's Noah Chandler picking up speed. Slams on the brakes. Coughed it up. Poked in a one-handed stab at the net by Moses. Turned away by Goebel. Moses will just backhand this one in, send the forecheck back in there after it. 17:15 to go in period number 3. Donaldson coughed it up, but recovered well enough against Garanzo. Donaldson now 4-on-2. Drop it back. Chandler fires. He missed the target. Kellen Metzger out of the corner. Tried to saucer that one intended for Moses. It bounced its way to the far hash mark. Moses gets to the loose biscuit and had his stick poke at the end of the line. Now Agger's trying to go for a breakaway. Turning to the front of the net. A stop by Harnish. The whistle blows. And clock is still rolling here as Agger's crashed into the net. 16:22 and counting in the third period. That wasn't Agger's going into the boards there. That was Ethan Knapp. I don't think we haven't called his name much tonight as Harnish makes a glove stop and cover up there. Still 5-2 Mountain Lions. Again, CSU got on the board first here in this game. It was Chase Moses who struck first for the Rams, but they were never able to get a lead, and they were never able to hold on to that one lead that they had early in the first period, and it's been Mountain Lions in control ever since. Rink-wide pass intended for Donaldson. He hit the crossbar. Austin Donaldson was that close. That's the second crossbar that the Rams have hit here in this game. Parker Garrett trying to accelerate out of his own zone. Caleb Anson caught up to him from the blind side and made the poke check and steal. Donaldson will turn back. Out wide, there's Nicholas Patty. Into the middle. Salvatore, he has a goal here in this game. Nathan Salvatore catching up to the loose biscuit. At the point, wrist shot goes wide. Turn back into the zone, and the Mountain Lions will regroup. 14.5 to go. Donaldson with a good keep in on the step up. Donaldson bracing himself for the hit there, plays it back down below the goal line. It comes all the way through across to Nicholas Patty. Also haven't called his name too much this evening, as Colin MacArthur keeps it in the offensive zone, unable to catch up to it. Now a foot race, and just off the bench was Braden Iglesias. He was able to thwart that before Bogg is run into by Quentin Labbit. Abdul Bogg giving up a ton of weight, a ton in the height and weight category in that matchup. He was tossed aside there in that collision. Aiden MacArthur, good positioning defensively. Now here comes Fiegelstaller out of his own zone. Crossing over to the strong side. Tried to play it one in front, had it blocked. Centering pass goes off a skate. Unable to be fielded by Salvatore. Iglesias keeping it in. Little chip move to himself. Gets downhill. Centering pass comes all the way through to the point. Kept in by Salvatore. Puck stays on the line. Lavitt will lob it into the corner. Played rink wide all the way through past Garanzo, where Harnish will play it. Long saucer pass out of the reach of Salvatore. Puck comes off the glove of Fiegelstaller, and Iglesias will recapture with 13 minutes, just about, left to go in period number 3. Braden Iglesias uncontested. Rink wide to the outside for Jacob Zier. All the way around the corner off of Iglesias. He is unable to keep this in the zone. Pirouette move, and then a nice little between the skates play there. Picked up on the run by Anson. His wrist shot punched out of the air by Goebel. Back to the point, Jacob Zier. To the outside, trying to curl and drag into the slot. Was run into by Aggers. CSU forced to give up the line again. Iglesias, cutback move into the middle. Right to the middle of the defense. Curls and fires one wide. Iglesias, curl and drag. He gets stood up by Fox. Good hit there by Alexander Fox. Now coming the other way is Bryce Geddes. Geddes curling into space. A pass to no one in particular. Back the other way comes Zier. He lost the puck. Played out. Edward Foster on defense. This is offside against CSU with 11:47 and counting in the third period. Face-off outside the Mountain Lion zone. Donaldson plays it across to Anson. Anson getting his head up. Plays it indirect for Daniel Skorupski. Skorupski with some skating room down the flank. Quickly closed off by Garrett. Back the other way. Ethan Knapp getting to the outside. He was undercut and short-circuited there. A wrist shot flung wide of Harnish. Another wrist shot from a snapshot from Garanzo patted aside. Now here come the Rams the other way. Chase Moses up the middle, gives it up, and there was nobody there with him, not keeping up in stride there before he plasters his man to the glass. Robinson's centering pass gets blocked. Now back the other way come the Mountain Lions. Parker Garrett breezing back the other way. Garrett hooks off, stopping and starting before he's carried to the glass by Moses. Skorupski digging in there. Baugh comes away with it for a moment. He catches back up to it. Keeps it hot along the wall for Knapp. Back to the point, turnover and a breakaway. In comes Donaldson. Trying to play it back to the trailer was Skorupski. He was covered up nicely by Edward Foster, and that chance goes sideways for CSU. Now comes Robinson with it to the interior. Pass deflected, turned away. Lavitt playing it away from Garanzo. Quentin Lavitt will now use Donaldson for some coverage. CSU ducking behind the net to start the breakout. Just about 9.5 to go in regulation time. Skorupski picked off by Aggers. Lavitt's pass gets unanswered. Play continues. Skorupski unable to hold the line for the moment. Big collision there and neutralized there again. Odd man rush developing, stopped by Harnish, and he has the rebound in his glove with 9:05 left. Quentin Lavitt throwing his weight around a couple of times here in this game. Another big, strong hit in the middle of the ice on Charlie Board, but it led to an odd man rush the other way. Face-off controlled by Aggers. He chops this one over top of the cage. On the reverse, Braden Iglesias will play this outside. Too hot to handle for Metzger. He has to go chase it down to the goal line. It clicks to the front, right on through Goebel, and he will dive from his crease spinning and melt that puck with 8:20 to go. Colorado State with an offensive zone draw. Alexander Fox pivots away from pressure. Iglesias holding the line as well. Three along the wall. Iglesias comes in the middle, deals it in. Deflected pass comes all the way through, and another face-off and a whistle as Goebel covers that one up with 7:45 left. Time's a wasting here in the third for CSU if they want to tie this game back up. Chandler from the severe angle comes all the way through. Played but not out. And it comes back to Metzger. He's unable to get it through Aggers. Kellen Metzger now will start into the zone all by his lonesome. Help coming from Chandler on the backside. He didn't get it in deep. He gets the puck back. Centering pass off the stick there. Donaldson fires. He missed it on the far side. Iglesias, tap, Chandler, deflection in front. Great stop by Goebel. Kellen Metzger got a stick on that in front. Goebel with the denial, keeping his team up by 3 with under 7 to go. Jacob Zier on the faceoff for CSU. He wins it. It's poked back to the point, and Abduli Bai gets out of there with the puck. A wrister and a stick save by Harnish. He will cover it up. 6:20 left. Off the draw, tiptoeing out of the corner with it was Geddes. He didn't get very far. Wrister on the way, patted aside by Harnish. All the way around the lip of the boards. Into the middle, 2-on-1 now for the Rams. Salvatore unable to reel that in. And that chance goes awry. Turning back with it is Geddes. Geddes up the wall. It gets past Donaldson and then comes by with a wrist shot. Eaten up by Christian Harnish. 5:20 to go in regulation time. Christian Harnish played his high school hockey at Bella Marine College Prep School. Native of Los Gatos, California. Is number 22 in the white. Off the draw, wrist shot, fanned on partially, but it still gets through to Harnish. He'll cover it up. Sent on goal by Edward Foster. Foster in his second year with Colorado Springs Division III program. He had a 5-point game back on October 24th. Sharp angle bit off the draw. Stop there by Harnish. Rebound corralled by Salvatore and the Rams, looking to outlet. On ahead for Zier. Lost it on the curl. Salvatore following him up. Salvatore stopping away from pressure. Getting inside position in there was Zach Goebel. Out to the point for Labatt. Zier turns the cooker. Throws one to the front, blocked by Goebel once more. Zachary Goebel with a good angle, taking away the boards there for Jacob Zier. Fiegelstaller will play it in deep. 4:09 left in regulation time. Mountain Lions looking to play clear, up and all along the wall, but not out. Wrist shot blocked through it, clicked off the skate of Salvatore. So he played all the way down the length of the ice. Harnish came way out of his crease to play that. Colorado State now with Nicholas Fiegelstaller blazing a trail. Back the other way. Wrist shot, pad save for Ashton Goebel. Mark him down for 39 stops on the night. Jake Garanzo zigging and zagging, dodging the forecheck of CSU. Playing it for Charlie Board. He makes a nice cutback move into the interior. Lets it go! And a save made by Christian Harnish. He's got an equipment issue he's attending to. Tending to something on his mask right there. Clock's still rolling. You got 3:09. They actually just now stopped it. And now they'll start play again. Right out of the zone, 2-on-2 come the Rams with Iglesias. He had got poke checked at the line. Centering pass deflected in front off of MacArthur. Another centering pass gets turned away. 2:50 to go. Garanzo not able to get it clear past Iglesias. Garanzo will try it again. Maneuver to the middle of the ice. Dodging the poke check of Aiden MacArthur, and now he's away. Jake Garanzo maneuvering to the outside. On his backhand. Turned it over to Iglesias. Iglesias trying to curl and drag through. Aggers he does. Gets it out to Aiden MacArthur. Starting up the offensive attack. I'm sorry, that's Braden Robinson in the front of the net. Tried to center, it was blocked. poke it back to the point. Slapper on the way, deflected wide before it got to Goebel. Quentin Lavitt is there to fetch. Lavitt ran into his man. That was Garanzo, who he planted on the ice. Harnish out to tee this up for a turning Rand defense. That's Braden Iglesias. Out wide to Daniel Skorupski. 100 seconds to go in the third period. Skorupski and the Rams still down by 3. No goals here in the third period. It was 3-2 Mountain Lions after 1 and 5-2 Colorado Springs after 2. Back the other way comes Garrett off the turnover. He fires and scores. Well, I apologize to you Ram fans on that one. I jinxed it there. A turnover and a quick transition tally for Parker Garrett. His second of the game has put the Mountain Lions up 6-2. Time still wasting away here in the third. 6-2 Mountain Lions here with now 1 minute left in regulation as the puck drops and play is resumed once again. Anson had his pass deflect off of through center. That clear in hit the man in front. That was Garrett, the goal scorer here in this third period. 42 to go. A centering pass clicks in front. Turned aside by the Ram defense. Chase Moses out of his own zone. Had his clearing effort stolen. Back to the point. Zachary Goebel plays it down low. Donaldson will try to reverse. It was short-circuited by Aggers. 15 seconds left. Aggers into the middle, trying to get through everybody on defense there, and Garanzo trying to chop at that one at the side of the net before he is canceled out. One last rush opportunity for CSU here. Anson going all the way, coast to coast. Backhands one stop. Rebound. What a stop by Goebel at the horn on Chase Moses. An exclamation point at the end of this one. It's a 6-2 win for the Colorado Springs Mountain Lions here in Fort Collins. Just a reminder, these two teams will play each other once more tomorrow night. They'll be back here at the Adora Pool Ice Center. Final score in this one, 6-2. Both teams set to go through the handshake line. Good effort put forth by both teams here tonight. So on behalf of our crew this evening, this is Dale Gentner signing off with you here tonight. You've been watching Division III ACHA on Price Productions.